Life has a way of teaching us lessons in ways we least expect. As we grow older, the world around us changes, and so do we. The dreams we had in our youth, the people we met along the way, the decisions we made. Everything plays a part in shaping the person we are today. But no matter how much life shifts, one thing remains true. There's always something new to learn, new ways to grow, and new opportunities to embrace. It doesn't matter if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s. Life still has a lot to offer. Now, I know you've lived through a lot. You've seen the world change in ways that some younger folks could never imagine. And with each passing year, you may feel like the best parts of your life are behind you. But here's something important to remember. Some of the best moments of your life haven't even happened yet. Sounds strange, right? But it's true. The wisdom you've gained over the years is a treasure. The experiences you've had have taught you things that others can only learn from your stories. Your journey isn't over. It's simply a new chapter, one filled with opportunities to find joy, peace, and fulfillment in ways you never thought possible. As we move through life, we also realize that not everything or everyone we encounter will always stay. People may come and go, situations change, and sometimes it feels like we're left alone in the dark. But remember this, you're stronger than you think. Your past doesn't define you, but it does guide you. And while it may seem like the world is moving on without you, there's always room for new experiences, for new connections, and for new joys. I want you to take a moment and think back. Think about where you were 5 years ago. What were your hopes, your dreams? Chances are many of them have already come true. But even if they haven't, that doesn't mean you've run out of time. You have so much ahead of you, more than you probably realize. And yes, it's okay to let go of the past, to let go of the things that hold you back. It's not about forgetting. It's about making space for the new. Now, I want to hear from you. Think about this. What's something you've learned along the way that you wish you knew when you were younger? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences matter. They matter to me, to others, and most importantly, to yourself. This is just the beginning of an incredible journey. Let's take a walk through it together, one step at a time. As you've grown older, you've probably realized that time is more precious than ever. When we're younger, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. Working long hours, meeting deadlines, trying to make a name for ourselves. But as time passes, we start to understand that it's not about how much we do. It's about what we do and who we do it for. The truth is, no one is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. When you're younger, it's easy to put off the important things, telling yourself that you'll focus on them later. But now, as you reflect on where you are in life, think about this. What are your priorities now? The world will always try to pull you in a million directions, but as we age, we realize that the things that matter most are often the simplest. It's not the long hours at work, not the material possessions, but the relationships we build, the peace we find within ourselves, and the time we spend doing what brings us true happiness. You've probably heard it before. If it keeps you happy, keep it. It's a simple truth that sometimes we forget. Life's too short to waste time on things or people that drain our energy. So, think about your life today. Are you spending time on things that truly matter to you? Are you surrounded by people who lift you up? Or do you find yourself in situations that leave you feeling empty? It's okay to let go of things that no longer serve you. You've earned the right to prioritize what makes you feel fulfilled, to cherish what brings joy, and to spend more time on things that nurture your soul. Now, here's the tough part, trusting people. It's not always easy, is it? As we age, we learn to be more cautious, sometimes skeptical of who we allow into our lives. But remember this. You can trust people, just be careful who you give your trust to. Not everyone has your best interests at heart, and while it can be tempting to open up to everyone, it's important to guard your heart. When we trust the wrong people, it can cause harm, not just emotionally, but physically and mentally too. And sometimes, people take advantage of our kindness, which is why it's important to stay alert and be mindful of who you let into your inner circle. But trust also means trusting yourself. With every decision, every relationship, you've built a life full of wisdom. Don't doubt yourself. As you've grown older, you've seen enough, learned enough, and experienced enough to know what feels right and what doesn't. Trust your instincts. They've been guiding you all along. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar may look the same, but they're definitely not the same. Similarly, not everything that seems good or appealing will actually benefit you in the long run. This isn't just about protecting yourself from others. It's about protecting your energy and your peace of mind. Focus on what makes you feel at peace. Spend time with people who uplift you. Pursue hobbies or activities that bring joy to your heart. Take time to be kind to yourself, as you would to a friend who needed your support. It's okay to say no to things that don't align with your peace. As you get older, you realize that your time is too valuable to waste on things that don't truly bring you happiness. So take a moment and reflect. What truly matters to you now? What do you want to prioritize in the coming years? Whether it's family, health, a hobby you've always loved, or simply time to relax and reflect, your priorities matter. They define the quality of your life moving forward. As you look back on your life, it's natural to think about the paths you've taken, the decisions you've made, and the people you've met. We all have a past. One filled with moments of joy, heartbreak, success, and mistakes. But as we get older, there's something incredibly freeing about the idea of letting go of the past and embracing the present moment. It's easy to get stuck thinking about what could have been, wishing you had done things differently. But the truth is, you can't change the past, no matter how much you may want to. It's not about forgetting what happened. It's about accepting it and understanding that every experience, good or bad, has helped shape you into the person you are today. Life doesn't move backward, it moves forward, and so should you. The hardest part about letting go is often the fear of what lies ahead. Change is never easy. It can be scary, especially when you've lived through so much. The idea of stepping into the unknown, of letting go of what feels familiar, can make you feel vulnerable. But here's something important to remember. Some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. It's not too late to create new memories, to try new things, and to build new relationships. Life has a way of surprising us no matter how old we are. You've probably experienced moments when it felt like you were stuck in the past, whether it was a relationship that didn't work out, a missed opportunity, or a regret that you just couldn't shake off. But the reality is, holding on to the past can prevent you from embracing the future. Sometimes we hold on to memories or people that no longer serve us because we're afraid of letting go. But holding on to those things can weigh you down, making it harder to move forward. If you don't let go of the wrong people, you'll never meet the right ones. And the same goes for situations in your life. You need to clear the space for new opportunities to come in. Think of it like cleaning out a closet. If you keep holding on to clothes you never wear anymore, you won't have room for the new ones. In the same way, if you don't let go of the things, people, or feelings that are holding you back, you won't have the space to welcome new experiences and opportunities. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it means accepting. It means realizing that every part of your journey, every chapter of your life, has brought you to where you are today. It's about giving yourself the permission to move forward with peace. You've learned from your past, and now it's time to make room for new lessons. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself as you age is to embrace the present. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Whether it's a dream you've put on hold, a relationship that needs healing, or simply the decision to start something new, now is the perfect time to start. You've got wisdom, experience, and a whole lot of strength inside you. The past is a place for learning, but your future is where your possibilities lie. Don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. It's a sign that you're still growing, still evolving, still alive in this beautiful world. Every day is a chance to reinvent yourself, to let go of what's no longer needed, and to walk into a future full of promise. So I want you to think about something. Is there anything from your past that you feel ready to let go of? Whether it's a grudge, a regret, or just something that's been holding you back, now is the time to release it. Life is waiting for you to embrace the new. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What has been the hardest part for you in letting go of the past? Let's have an open discussion about it. You're not alone in this journey. As you grow older, you realize something that's impossible to ignore. Time is the most precious thing we have. It's something that once it's gone, you can never get back. You might find yourself thinking more about the hours in the day and the years behind you. The truth is, the value of time becomes evident when it's gone. You start to realize that time spent on things that don't matter isn't time well spent. You may have spent your younger years focusing on work, raising a family, or building a life. But now, as the years go by, you begin to understand that the time you have left is too valuable to waste. It's no longer about rushing through life. Now it's about slowing down, cherishing the moments, and realizing that taking care of yourself is just as important as anything else. Health is another form of wealth. You've worked hard all your life, and now it's time to focus on your well-being. No matter how much money you have or how many things you've accumulated, if your health isn't in good shape, none of it will matter. It's easy to get distracted by daily life, but as you age, you realize how important it is to take care of your body. Exercise, eating healthy, and getting enough sleep. These are the foundations of a long, happy life. When you take care of yourself physically, you also feel better mentally. You may notice that the more you invest in your health, the more energy and enthusiasm you have to enjoy life. And it's not just about your physical health. It's about your mental well-being too. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. You've spent your life taking care of others. Now it's time to give yourself the care and attention you deserve. Whether it's taking time to read, meditate, or simply relax, your mind needs care just like your body does. Think about the last time you gave yourself time to just be, without the pressure of work, family, or anything else. Did it feel good? Time spent resting and rejuvenating isn't wasted. It's a way of investing in yourself, so you can continue to live a fulfilling life. Let the improvement of yourself keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. When you focus on your own growth, your own peace, and your own happiness, you start to feel more fulfilled, and the little things that used to bother you don't seem as important anymore. Also, remember that you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. This isn't just about work. It's about the value you bring to your own life. The time you spend on things that matter, the moments with family, the activities that make you feel alive, the time you spend focusing on your passions. Those are the moments that make life worth living. And don't forget about your mind. Your thoughts are your strongest muscle and, at the same time, your worst enemy. Train it well. You've learned so much over the years, and your mind is still capable of growing and adapting. You don't have to dwell on the negatives of life. Instead, focus on positive growth and possibilities. The more you train your mind to focus on what's good and positive, the more peace and joy you'll find in your daily life. You don't need to worry about other people's opinions. Guard your thoughts well, especially when you're alone. When you are at peace with yourself, the opinions of others become less important. Don't let anyone's judgment or criticism affect your peace of mind. In fact, when you feel calm and centered, you become stronger, and you become less likely to let the small things get to you. Discipline makes today hard, but tomorrow easier. Your time is precious. Invest in it wisely. Start taking the time to focus on things that nurture your soul. Whether that means enjoying a hobby you love, spending more time with family, or just taking long walks in the fresh air. It all adds up. It's never too late to take care of yourself, physically, mentally, or emotionally. The more you nurture yourself, the more you'll find the strength to embrace whatever comes next in life. And in doing so, you'll realize that your time is not only valuable to you, but to everyone who loves and cares about you. Now, I want you to reflect on this. How are you spending your time? Is it bringing you joy, peace, and fulfillment? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What do you do for your health and well-being that makes a difference in your life? Let's keep the conversation going. As you've lived through decades of life, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Mistakes are not something to fear. They are stepping stones on the path to growth. We all make mistakes, no matter our age, and yet, as we grow older, we tend to see them in a different light. While the younger version of ourselves might have cringed at the thought of making a mistake, the older version of you can look back and see how every failure or setback was actually an opportunity for learning. When you were younger, you may have thought that mistakes were something to avoid at all costs. But as the years have passed, you've learned that it's not the mistakes themselves that define you, but how you handle them. Mistakes are not the end of the road. They are simply part of the journey. They teach us what works and what doesn't, and they often push us toward better decisions and wiser choices. The key to life is learning from your mistakes and not letting them define you. You've probably seen how some people allow their past mistakes to hold them back for years. They keep replaying those moments in their minds, telling themselves they'll never be good enough because of that one failure. But here's the truth. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. If you make a mistake and learn from it, it wasn't a failure. It was a lesson. And that lesson propels you forward. Mistakes are meant to make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think about it for a moment. Every successful person you know has made mistakes. Big ones, small ones, painful ones. What separates them from those who get stuck in the past is their ability to keep moving forward. They don't dwell on their failures. Instead, they take what they've learned and use it to create a better future. You rise, you heal, and you overcome. That's the true power of mistakes. Even the greatest leaders, innovators, and thinkers have faced failure. The difference is that they understood that failure is not permanent. It's simply part of the process of creating something meaningful. When you fall down, you don't stay there, you get back up. And each time you rise, you get a little stronger, a little more capable of handling whatever comes your way. Mistakes teach us patience, the patience to wait for things to unfold, the patience to understand that not everything happens overnight. Just like learning to walk, when you fall, you don't quit. You get back up and try again. And with each fall, you learn something new about your strength, your resilience, and your ability to move forward. Think about some of your own mistakes. Maybe you've made choices in your life that didn't turn out the way you expected. Maybe there are things you regret or wish you had done differently. But I bet you can also look at those moments and see how they shaped you. They didn't define you, they refined you. Mistakes are not stumbling blocks, they are stepping stones. Now, it's important to understand that mistakes do not make you weak. They make you human. They help you grow. And as you grow older, you realize that life is not about being perfect. It's about being real, being present, and being willing to learn and evolve. Sacrifice a few years of comfort for decades of freedom. The courage to make mistakes and learn from them leads you to a freedom that those who fear mistakes will never experience. If you are struggling with a mistake or regret, remember, you are not alone. Everyone has made mistakes. What matters is what you do next. Keep moving forward, learn from the past, and build a future based on your growth and resilience. As we get older, we often realize that worrying about what others think of us is one of the most unnecessary and exhausting things we can do. There comes a point in life when you realize that no matter how hard you try to please others or seek their approval, you'll never be able to make everyone happy. People's opinions of you are just that, opinions. They don't define you, and they certainly shouldn't control the choices you make. Think back to some of the moments in your life when you worried about what someone else might think. Maybe it was about a decision you made, an outfit you wore, or something you said. At the time, it may have felt like the most important thing, but when you look back now, you probably realize how little their opinion really mattered. You've lived your life, and you've learned that what matters most is how you feel about yourself, not how others perceive you. You see, people will always have something to say. There will always be critics, doubters, and people who think they know better. But the truth is, you can't live your life based on the approval of others. If you do, you'll never be truly happy. You'll be constantly chasing something that's impossible to catch: other people's acceptance. And when you do that, you miss out on the opportunity to live your life authentically and according to your own values and dreams. Stay true to who you are, no matter what others think. If there's one thing you've probably learned over the years, it's that people's opinions change quickly. What someone may think about you today could be completely different tomorrow. The only opinion that truly matters is your own. You've earned the right to live your life the way you see fit. You've learned from your mistakes, embraced the lessons, and now it's time to focus on your own happiness and peace. Think of the energy you've spent worrying about others' opinions. What if you channeled that energy into something more positive, like working on your goals, connecting with loved ones, or pursuing something that brings you joy? When you stop worrying about how you're perceived, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically. You stop allowing the judgment of others to control your actions. Remember, if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection. This may sound harsh, but it's the truth. Living for the approval of others can drain you. The constant need to please, to be liked, and to seek validation takes a toll on your emotional well-being. When you finally stop caring so much about other people's judgments, you'll find a sense of freedom that comes from being true to yourself. One of the most empowering things you can do for yourself as you get older is to embrace who you are, flaws and all. You've made it this far, and you've survived more than you thought you could. You don't need anyone's approval to keep going. You are enough just as you are. So, I want you to ask yourself, are you living for yourself? Or are you living to make others happy? When you stop seeking others' approval and start seeking your own happiness, that's when you'll truly find peace. And if you feel like sharing, drop a comment below. How have you learned to let go of caring about what others think? As you've grown older, one thing has probably become incredibly clear to you. The time you spend focusing on the right things is invaluable. It's easy to get caught up in the small, insignificant details of life, things that don't truly matter in the grand scheme of things. But the older you get, the more you realize how much time you've spent on things that don't bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. It's time to stop wasting that precious time and start focusing on what truly matters. You may have spent a lot of time worrying about things like material possessions, fitting in, or keeping up with other people's expectations. But now you realize that those things aren't nearly as important as they once seemed. The things that matter most in life are the relationships you have, the love you give and receive, and the time you spend creating meaningful memories. Those are the treasures that will stay with you long after the clothes, gadgets, or other material things are gone. As you reflect on your life, think about what really brought you joy. Was it the things you accumulated? Or was it the moments spent with the people you love? The times you laughed together, the shared experiences, and the memories you made. Those are the things that matter. Don't let the distractions of life take you away from the things that bring you true happiness. Time is the one thing you can't get back, so you need to spend it wisely. Stop worrying about keeping up with everyone else. The truth is, everyone's life is different, and the only comparison that matters is the one you make with your own past. Focus on what brings you peace, joy, and fulfillment. Stop investing energy in things that don't contribute to your happiness. As you get older, you also start to understand that health is wealth. The time you spend on caring for your body, mind, and spirit is what ensures you can continue to enjoy life for many years to come. It's easy to let small inconveniences or health issues slide, but the older you get, the more you realize how important it is to invest in your health. Physical health, emotional well-being, and mental clarity are the foundations of a happy and long life. So, how are you spending your time today? Are you using it to work on what matters most? Are you taking care of yourself? It's easy to get distracted by all the little things, but now is the time to start focusing on what truly matters. Let go of the trivial things that consume your time and energy, and invest in what will bring you lasting happiness. Remember, it's never too late to start. You can make a change today. Focus on the things that bring you joy, cherish the people who matter most, and let go of the things that hold you back. Life isn't about perfection. It's about living authentically and doing what makes you happy. As we age, one of the most valuable lessons we learn is that health is not just important, it's a form of wealth. You can have all the material possessions in the world, but if your health isn't in good shape, none of that will matter in the long run. When we're younger, we often take our health for granted. We may not realize how precious it is until we face challenges or experience a decline in our well-being. But as you've lived through the years, you've likely come to understand that your health is something you can't afford to ignore. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of everyday life, work, family, and all the responsibilities that come with growing older. We often push our health to the back burner, thinking we'll get to it later. But the truth is, taking care of your body should be a priority now, not something you put off for the future. You've learned that your health directly affects your happiness, energy, and overall quality of life. When you're healthy, you have the energy to enjoy the things you love, spending time with family, traveling, or simply enjoying the little moments that make life special. But when your health suffers, everything else becomes harder. The joy you once had in your activities starts to fade because your body is no longer able to keep up. You realize that without good health, the things you value most, like spending time with loved ones and doing the things you enjoy, become much more difficult. As you age, it's more important than ever to prioritize your health. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect, but it means taking small steps to care for yourself. Whether it's staying active, eating well, managing stress, or getting enough rest. Every little effort you make to take care of your health adds up over time and pays off in the form of a longer, more fulfilling life. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and your loved ones is the gift of good health. When you are healthy, you can fully engage in life, continue to create memories, and enjoy the things you love. But when health is neglected, it can affect not just you but the people around you as well. Good health isn't just for you. It's for those you care about, too. You have the ability to make choices today that will impact your future. So don't wait. The best part about taking care of your health is that it doesn't require drastic changes or extreme measures. Simple habits like walking regularly, eating nutritious meals, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep can make a world of difference. You don't need to be a fitness expert or follow a complicated diet plan. Just start small and be consistent. Over time, those small changes will become second nature, and you'll start to see the benefits in your daily life. So, ask yourself today, what's one thing you can do right now to take better care of your health? Could be as simple as taking a walk around the block or eating a healthier snack. No action is too small when it comes to your well-being. The important thing is that you start and keep moving forward. Remember, your health is one of your most valuable assets. Cherish it, protect it, and make it a priority. Take care of yourself now so you can continue to enjoy life and all it has to offer for many years to come. As we get older, one thing becomes clear: perfection is a myth. No matter how much we strive for it, we'll never achieve it in every aspect of life. The key to living a fulfilling life is not about being perfect. It's about striving for self-improvement. The older we get, the more we realize that our growth, our lessons, and our ability to evolve are what truly matter. For so long, we might have been conditioned to think that we need to be perfect, to have everything in place, and to always present ourselves as flawless. But as you've likely experienced, life doesn't work that way. We all have our flaws, and that's completely okay. What matters most is how we handle our mistakes, our imperfections, and how we continue to grow from them. There is no such thing as the perfect version of yourself, and trying to achieve it can leave you feeling frustrated, exhausted, and often dissatisfied. Instead, aim to be better than you were yesterday. Take small steps toward improving yourself every day, and those small steps will compound into meaningful changes over time. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Think about some of the most significant moments of growth in your life. They likely didn't come from a place of perfection. They came from moments of struggle, failure, and self-reflection. Those were the times when you learned the most about yourself and the world around you. Those challenges helped shape you into the person you are today. The process of self-improvement is a lifelong journey. You don't need to rush it, and you don't need to compare your progress to anyone else's. Everyone's path is unique, and your progress is just as valid as anyone else's. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, especially in the age of social media, where it seems like everyone's life is perfect. But remember, what you see online isn't always the full story. Focus on your own journey and appreciate the progress you've made. As we get older, we often realize that the most important things in life aren't the achievements or the material successes, but the relationships we nurture and the inner peace we cultivate. If you focus on improving yourself, not just on the outside, but on the inside, everything else will fall into place. Whether it's learning new skills, improving your mindset, or simply becoming more patient with yourself, self-improvement is a journey that will bring you peace and satisfaction. It's also important to recognize that self-improvement isn't always a smooth path. There will be setbacks, mistakes, and moments of doubt. But each time you face a challenge, remember that it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Don't be discouraged by failures or imperfections. Embrace them as part of the process. The person you are becoming is far more important than the person you once were. So, as you move forward in life, remember this: don't strive for perfection. Strive for progress. Take one small step every day toward becoming a better version of yourself. Over time, you'll find that those small steps lead to a life that's richer, more fulfilling, and far more meaningful than any pursuit of perfection ever could be. Ask yourself today, what's one area of your life you'd like to improve on? Whether it's your health, your relationships, or your mindset, take one small action today that will move you in the right direction. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. As you look back over the years, you start to realize something important. Experiences hold far greater value than material possessions. While we may have spent much of our younger years chasing after the latest gadgets, clothes, or cars, as time goes by, it becomes increasingly clear that the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. They are the memories we create and the experiences we live through. When you reflect on your life, what stands out most? Is it the things you owned, or is it the moments you shared with others? The laughter, the trips, the family gatherings, the quiet moments of reflection. All of these are the true treasures of life. Memories are something no one can ever take away from you, while possessions come and go. Many of us have probably accumulated plenty of material things over the years, but as we grow older, we realize that the things we've collected don't bring the same kind of lasting happiness as the moments we've experienced. Possessions can give us temporary satisfaction, but they don't provide the kind of fulfillment that meaningful experiences do. As you age, the perspective shifts. Instead of seeking more things, you begin to yearn for more experiences. The trips you've taken, the people you've met, the lessons you've learned, those are the things that shape your life in a way that no material possession ever could. They are what stay with you long after everything else fades away. Consider the relationships you've built over the years, your family, your friends, the people who have supported you through thick and thin. It's these connections, not the items you've acquired, that define your legacy. The experiences you've shared with these people are the things you'll carry with you, and the things that will be remembered by those you leave behind. In the end, it's the experiences that enrich our lives and leave us with the most meaningful memories. When you focus on creating memories, you start to see that the time and energy spent on material possessions could have been better spent on the moments that matter most. Now, more than ever, it's important to prioritize experiences over possessions. Take that trip you've been putting off. Spend more time with your loved ones. Try new things even if they scare you. Experience the world around you with an open heart. The true value of your life will not be determined by the things you own, but by the memories you make along the way. Take a moment and reflect. What are some of the best memories you have? Are they tied to material things, or are they moments and experiences you've shared with others? Let that be a reminder of what truly matters. It's the experiences we collect throughout our lives that make us rich, not the possessions we accumulate. As you grow older, you come to understand the value of living in the present moment. Yesterday is gone, and no matter how much we dwell on it, we cannot change it. We all have moments in our past that we wish we could revisit, alter, or do differently. But one of the most important lessons you can learn as you age is that what matters most is today. It's so easy to get caught up in the past. Whether it's regrets, missed opportunities, or mistakes, we spend countless hours thinking about what went wrong, what could have been, or the things we should have done differently. But this kind of thinking doesn't help you. It doesn't change the past, and it robs you of your present moment, the one thing you can truly control. Living in the past can be paralyzing, and it keeps you from moving forward. When you let yesterday take up too much of your thoughts, it becomes harder to embrace today, to appreciate what you have, and to see the opportunities around you. Remember, you can't change what has already happened, but you can choose how you respond today. Every day is a fresh start, and it's important to take advantage of the time you have right now. Don't let past mistakes or regrets hold you back from living fully today. It's okay to reflect on the past for lessons, but don't let it consume you. Learn from it, grow from it, and move on. As you've likely realized over the years, life doesn't wait for anyone. Every day is a gift, and it's easy to waste time on things that no longer serve you. Don't waste your today by living in the past. Focus on the present. Embrace what's in front of you, and take the steps that will lead you to a brighter future. You can't change the past, but you can shape your future by how you choose to live today. The actions you take today, the mindset you have, and the energy you invest in your current life will determine the direction you move in. Your present is the foundation of your future, so use it wisely. Sometimes, letting go of the past can be challenging, especially if there's deep emotional pain tied to it. But remember, you have the power to let go. It's not easy, and it takes time, but freeing yourself from the weight of yesterday will give you the space to experience the beauty of today. So, as you sit with yourself today, ask, what can I do today that will bring me peace, joy, and fulfillment? Let go of anything that's holding you back from fully embracing the present moment. Take one step today toward living your best life. Remember, today is the only day you truly have. Don't let yesterday take too much of it away from you. Embrace this moment, this day, and make it count. As we get older, we begin to understand that patience is truly a virtue, and one that becomes more valuable with time. In today's world, everything seems to move at lightning speed. We want things fast, whether it's instant gratification, quick results, or immediate success. But as you've likely discovered, the best things in life take time. Patience isn't just about waiting for things to happen. It's about learning to be calm, composed, and trusting the process. It's about understanding that everything unfolds in its own time, and you don't always need to rush toward the end result. Life's journey is just as important as the destination, and the experiences you gain along the way are what truly shape you. When we're younger, we might not fully appreciate this concept. We might want to hurry through life, impatient to get to the next stage or milestone. But as the years pass, you start to realize that patience is what helps you grow. Whether it's building a career, nurturing relationships, or working on personal development, progress often happens little by little. It's not about the sudden breakthroughs, it's about the consistent effort that, over time, leads to success. Patience also teaches us to handle disappointments better. When things don't go as planned, instead of panicking or giving up, patience allows us to stay calm and wait for the right time for things to fall into place. Time can heal, time can improve, and time can teach you lessons you didn't even know you needed to learn. Think of the things you've achieved in life. The moments that matter the most were often not the result of rushing or forcing things. They were the outcome of staying steady, of patiently working toward something you believed in, even when the rewards weren't immediate. Patience allows you to trust that the right opportunities will come when the time is right. It allows you to embrace the journey, knowing that each step brings you closer to your goals. In relationships, patience is equally important. You've probably learned over the years that people grow at their own pace, and forcing someone to change or rushing through important conversations can lead to misunderstandings. Patience with others can help build stronger, more meaningful connections. Allowing space for growth and understanding is one of the best ways to foster lasting relationships. So, in this stage of life, remember, good things take time. If you find yourself feeling impatient or frustrated, take a deep breath and remind yourself that everything will unfold in its own time. Trust the process, trust yourself, and most importantly, trust that your patience will lead you to where you need to be. As you look back on your life and the experiences you've gathered, it's clear that wisdom comes with time. The lessons learned through challenges, mistakes, and moments of growth are the very things that shape the journey ahead. Remember, life isn't about perfection or rushing to achieve goals. It's about making choices today that lead to a future filled with peace, fulfillment, and meaning. It's about embracing each moment, no matter how small, and allowing it to teach you something new. You've lived through many seasons of life, and every step has brought you closer to understanding what truly matters. The value of patience, discipline, and self-reflection grows stronger as the years go by. The people who love you, the experiences you cherish, and the lessons you've learned are what make life rich and worthwhile. As you continue on this journey, don't forget to keep learning, growing, and living in the present. Every day is an opportunity to create something meaningful, to appreciate what you've accomplished, and to look forward to the future with hope. In the end, it's not about the destination, it's about how you live the journey, and you've done it with grace, strength, and perseverance. You are a testament to the power of patience, wisdom, and the beauty of living a life true to yourself. So, take a moment today to reflect, to celebrate your growth, and to look forward to the many blessings still ahead. And remember, you've already come so far, and the best is yet to come.